podcast you're about to listen to is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of horror movie fans who chose to listen to the Huge Horror Movie Podcast.
With your host, Killian Gore. I wish I had you alone, just the two of us. Wish I had you all alone, so you could mutilate us. Michael Myers, you set the world on fire. Well, Laurie Strode did. You burned your thrills and chills. But don't worry, you'll be back for Halloween Kills. Sorry about that awful song. Let's put that down over there. Right, hello and happy Halloween to you. It's Halloween time of year, so one thought it would be appropriate to do a Halloween special. So we will be mostly trying to focus on the first film, because, I mean, the Halloween series is such a big beast, isn't it? There's so many of them. What are there like now? About 50-20 of them, at least. Is that a number? So movie in the BG, obviously, I've gone with Halloween 1978. I could have chosen, the new one, because I like the new one. And I know a lot of other people do too, but a lot of other people do not. Do they? They don't like it. Right, so let's crack on, shall we? So, the studio guest today is... I'm very lucky to have tracked down Lester, the dog from Halloween 1978. So, come here, Lester. Hello, Lester? Lester? Oh, there he is. Are you all right, Lester? Yes, good. Must be getting... What? Wait, whoa. Must be... Hey! Sit. Hey, hey, come on. Down, boy. Down, Lester. Lester, down. Down. Could you just get out, please? Hey, can you take him out? Hey, he's getting a bit aggressive. Right. He's gone. Thank you. That was Lester. So some facts about Lester I have here for you. Lester was the pet German Shepherd of Lindsay Wallace. On Halloween night 1978, Lester saw Michael Myers standing outside the kitchen window and barked at him, but Annie Brackett thought Lester wasn't barking at her, claiming she was the only person in the world Lester didn't like. Later that night, Lester encountered Michael in person and began barking again. Michael proceeded to choke Lester to death. It is unknown what happened to the body since he's not been seen again. Well, I've just seen him. Lester was one of two dogs Michael killed in 1978, the other being an off-screen stray dog that Michael had eaten at his childhood home. He likes a bit of dog, doesn't he? I thought this would have some facts about the real Lester. Sadly, that was not the case. That's off HalloweenMovie.fandom.com, so thanks for that, even though it wasn't what I wanted. I'm sure it's on Internet Movie Database, isn't it? Whoever the real doggy is. We won't look at that, though. We're going to skip to some of... I've got all my books here. Got all my books, Linda. So who cares? I always forget my chemistry book and my math book and my English book and my, my French book. And, well, who needs books anyway? I don't need books. I always forget all my books. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you have your books or not. Hey, isn't that Devon Graham? Who the hell's Devon Graham? Linda? Are you there, Linda? No, Linda's not there. So I do have all my books, Linda. I haven't got all my books. They're here now. So we're going to do... one of my books is actually just on Halloween with over 400 questions, which is quite good. It's featuring over 400 trivia-filled questions on every movie in It movie. in the terrifying Halloween movie franchise, with 31 questions on each movie. Oh, that's clever. Plus a killing spree of Michael's killer questions. We'll have some of those killer questions, shall we? Shouldn't we? Shouldn't we? Shall we? Shall we? Yes. Plus bonus sections on hardcore Halloween, the Halloween franchise, and Halloween-themed movies. And it also got the story by myself, KHG. Yes, that's me. I'm sure you already... It says it on the thing, doesn't it? Oh, that's what I wanted to just mention again, because I spoke a little bit about getting onto... putting this onto Podbean and Spotify and all that, and that the trickiest aspect was the photo header, which was having an awful time with. Because, like I said, I thought it would be something to do with the audio. And it is a little bit still there, a bit of a problem, because I couldn't get onto Audible. They wanted an MP3 file, and I thought I had an MP3 file. See, basically the way I do this onto like Spotify and Podbean is in the most convoluted way you can possibly imagine. It's recorded on QuickTime. Should I be revealing these secrets? Yes, go on then, I shall. It's Halloween. And happy Halloween again. What was it you saying there? Yeah, it's recorded on a QuickTime thing with a microphone, and then I take it into iMovie, where I slap some things on it for YouTube, because it then primarily goes onto YouTube. So it's an MP4 at that stage, and then I take it now go onto like Podbean. This is really boring, isn't it? But you will listen, yeah. I take it to GarageBand, where I then take the MP4 file into GarageBand and export that to iTunes, and then when I go into like Podbean, it's the iTunes file. I don't know what that file is. I thought it was an MP3. Clearly not. Any road. We've had that really boring part. That's gone. You can forget about that. There won't be any more boring bits. Well, it depends. There might be. There might be one or two. So here's a little bit from a story called The Day Before Halloween, which obviously, I keep saying obviously again, there's another two, features in the Halloween quiz book. It comes from my short story book, Before Halloween, which was written way back in the day first. And this is actually the first story that I wrote. I still remember typing these first words. Jackie's body was found in the Halloween decorated shed at the back of my best friend Devon Wilde's large backyard. When the police found him a few days later, he had her severed head in his lap, since he'd removed it from her young and innocent body. While she was still breathing and screaming, he had kept it with him, firstly in his Metallica backpack and now in his lap, stroking her stringy blood-tainted hair. It had been rather heavy as he walked up to the Kingsbury Woods at the top end of town, far from prying eyes, but it was worth the effort, for it was there that he would finally have her all to himself. Creepy, huh? And that was the first words I wrote as Killian H. Gore that set me on the path down to hell and not back. So that wasn't the bit I was going to read, but then I thought that was maybe a good thing to read, because it was the first thing I ever wrote there. Let me tell you this fact will be in probably Incredible Horror Movie Facts Part 3 in a few years' time, when that one comes out. So Killian H. Gore is a stage name or a pseudonym. If you want my real name, you have to buy one of my books. It's in all of my books. It's no big secret. But I remember I was in a supermarket and I saw a book by Karen Slaughter, and I thought, wow, that just jumps out. Slaughter. And she's not even a horror writer, is she? I think she's like a thriller, crimey type writer. I just saw that book and thought, oh, Slaughter. And at the time, I was thinking I wanted to do some sort of writings, and I thought I need a name too. So originally, at first I settled on Gore. I wanted Gore. That was a great one to go with. And then I thought, what else can be shocking and it was originally this is no joke. It was going to originally be Jesus P. Gore. Can you imagine Jesus P. Gore? And I think it was my brother who said, "Yeah, but Jesus, people say that's Jesus, so it's not good. Some people won't read it as Jesus; they'll think it's Jesus." Because I just thought that'd be quite a shocking thing to have there on a book, Jesus P. Gore. And somehow it became Killian, because Kill, thought I was good. It's also, it is my name in disguise. I'll tell you that. Kill, rhymes with, and the H, my real surname. Or does that, no, that's top secret, that isn't it? The H bit. Because it could stand for horror, or it could stand for something else. You'll never know. Right. So, yeah, we've done the story bit from Halloween quiz book. But we'll come back to that. We're going to go to the huge horror movie quiz with our opening 5 questions. The opening 5 questions. Still no jingle for that. Let's get cracking on that. Right. Here we go, then. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're listening maybe on Halloween night this year, 2020. Will we be trick-or-treating on Halloween night 2020? Who knows this year? Number 1, though. Which other name is Michael Myers sometimes known by? And number 2. Which Halloween movie is the following dialogue from? No, she faked her death, and now she's the head mistress of a very posh, secluded private school in Northern California. Oh, that was such a great rendition. Number 3. Which kind of mask did the filmmakers of John Carpenter's Halloween spray white and widen the eyes of to use as the Michael Myers mask? Oh, everybody knows that now, don't they? Number 4. Who is the first person to be killed in the first Halloween movie, which is on now in the BG? I think it's already happened. Laurie's just walking along there with Tommy Doyle. Don't go in there, that's the spook house. I do that now with my nephew, because we got a house round the corner from here, which is like slightly sort of dilapidated looking. It looks like that. There is the Myers house. You ever notice that big eye on the tree there? Seems to be. Is that Michael's eyes staring at us through the tree? Reading into it too much. She goes there, drop the keys off. I'm going to drop these keys off. I'm not scared. And she drops them in there. And he's watching, of course, isn't he? With his... He doesn't snort like that with his... like Darth Vader, wasn't he? The Darth Vader of Haddonfield there. Any road, I digress slightly. Number 5. Which Blue Oyster Cult song is heard playing on the radio in Annie's car in Halloween? Thinking about it now, that might have been a better choice to go with the song at the beginning. The only one I could think of was the one she's just doing right now, actually. As she walks away from Myers. It's quite funny. I think I've got that trivia somewhere, maybe coming up later, that she just had to ad-lib that song. John Carpenter just said, just sing something. Sing something! You're being paid for this! Right. So, we'll have some trivia now. And for that, we'll go to the first Incredible Horror Movie Facts book. And we'll see what comes up here. John Carpenter had originally sought both Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing for the role of Sam Loomis, both of whom declined. Again, I think we all know that, don't you? I can't verify this. But apparently, is it Christopher Lee who says it was like one of the biggest regrets he had in his professional career? I seem to remember I couldn't verify that fact. It's one of those things you hear and think, did he actually say it, or is it some other people have said it and it's become fact now? I'm always very careful with the facts in the books, any of my quiz books. If I can't properly, verify that it's definitely true, then I'll tend not to. I've said this before, haven't I? Because there was the whole Pippin issue in Jaws. So yeah, I won't go on. Right, as the film was shot in the spring in California, the production company had purchased a few bags of paper leaves, which they painted in various autumnal colours and would literally throw around liberally. I thought that was an odd choice of words. liberally throw around before and during takes to make it look like autumn. After filming, the crew and the actors, this was low-budget filmmaking after all, would help gather up all the paper leaves from the streets in order for them to be reused in other scenes. In 2005, producer Mustafa Akkad, who was involved in every Halloween movie from the 1978 original through to Halloween Resurrection in 2002, was killed at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Amman, Jordan. He had been inside the hotel with his 34-year-old daughter, Rima Akkad Monla, when a suicide bomber triggered an explosive device in the hotel's lobby where Mustafa and his daughter were attending a friend's wedding. His daughter was killed instantly, while Mustafa held on for 2 days before succumbing to a severe heart attack as a result of the injuries he had sustained during the blast. Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween remake would be dedicated to his memory. Yeah, that's a terrible... Oops, I did not turn the phone down. Did you hear the pa-ching? Who is it? Somebody bothering me? Right. No, it's nobody. It's nobody you want to... It is somebody bothering me. About... I won't name names. I've lost the... No, I've not. Right. So, yeah, another fact there. Carpenter has said in interviews... What? Carpenter has said that interviewers, often ask him what scares him, and on one of the Halloween DVD commentaries, he gives the following answer. I think what scares me scares every human on the planet. We're all aware of the forces of darkness, of evil, of loss, death. Horror is the universal language. He didn't say it in that voice, though, did he? He wouldn't have said no, because he didn't talk like that, did he? So, plop that book over there. We're done with that one. We're going to go to the answers from the first 5, the opening 5. Tra-la-la-la, opening 5. And yes, the name, of course, we all know. It's The Shape, Michael is also known as. And I believe in the credits he's just called The Shape, isn't he? Which, I've got that trivia somewhere too. But just in case I don't root it out, it was because in the script they just refer to him as The Shape, because they want him... no, I should wait till I... because I've forgotten. Yeah, because he was like just a shape in the background or something like that. Oh, ignore me. Number 2, which Halloween movie is the dialogue from? No, she faked her own death. It's, of course, H20, 20 years later. Number 3, The Mask. Yeah, we all know is Captain... Oh, well, it's Captain Kirk, though. Not William Shatner. People often say William Shatner, don't they? But yeah, it was the Captain Kirk mask. And later in a little bit, we got an interview with the guy who sculpted that original mask. I forget his name. He's in What's Your Favourite Scary Movie? So he's coming up just in a moment. And number 4, who's the first person to be killed? It is, of course, the Michael's sister. I know what nearly said his parents then. Michael's sister, Judith Myers. No, it's in T'other One he kills. Not quite a parent, no, is it? It's like, is it a stepdad, isn't it, in the Rob Zombies? I don't think he's his actual father. Yeah. You heard me. Yeah, pretty sure that's right. Which Blue Oyster Cult song? It's, of course, Don't Fear the Reaper, which I should have played. Da, 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 da. Not that I know it, but I could have quickly worked it out. So, yeah, the interview. Now, please, if you'll be upstanding for a very special guest, it is William Malone. Hi, William. He's not actually here? No, I'll do the voice then. William Malone is a filmmaker himself who did movies like Scared to Death, Creature. He worked on Freddy's Nightmares, and Tales from the Crypt. And he, of course, directed the 1999 House on Haunted Hill. And he's been involved in Masters of Horror. He did The Fair-Haired Child. And it says here in the Scary Movie book, William Malone also designed and sculpted the William Shatner mask that was eventually used as the Michael Myers mask in Halloween. So, William, what's your favourite scary movie? Well, for scary, I'd say the Japanese version of The Grudge, Ju-on, The Grudge. But my favourite horror film generally would be The Black Cat, with Karloff and Lugosi. Very pervy. What do you mean, very pervy? I was asking what your favourite scary movie was, not what your favourite pervy movie was, William. Right, so who is your favourite horror movie director? I would have to go with F.W. Murnau. He didn't direct that many horror films, but nearly all of his films have super cool horror elements. For my money, he was the greatest director to ever walk the planet. Yeah, he's the Nosferatu director. And that's a belter of a film, isn't it? I'm doing it again. What's your favourite type subgenre of horror movie? Classic monster movies. And what's your favourite bad horror movie? The Brain Eaters. That's the Brain Eaters. He's not speaking very clearly, is he? The music is so wonderfully over... Oh, bloody hell, I'm getting my voice is all jumbled. Music is so... William, will you carry on? Yes. The music is so wonderfully overwrought. It's a moody masterpiece. The runner-up would have to be The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Virginia Lee turns in a total force performance as a disembodied head. So what would be your favourite horror double feature choice? It Conquered the World and Earth versus Flying Saucers. Really? Strange again, isn't it? Who's your favourite horror movie killer? Hannibal Lecter! Right off the bat! What's your favourite horror movie creature monster? That is a dead tie between the creature from Black Lagoon and the original Alien. William, honestly, you're making up all your words. And so now, what is your favourite horror movie franchise? Generally, I hate franchises, but they seem to be just a symptom of corporate greed and a lack of imagination. I guess if I had to pick one, it would be the classic Frankenstein series. Yeah, nice. Don't agree with you, though. At all. Not about Frankenstein. The corporate greed and lack of imagination. There's plenty of imagination in sequels. Come on. They're just retelling of classic, isn't everything just a lack of imagination, really? They say there's only 7 stories. Oh, there's a classic shot there. Michael hiding behind the bush. There he is. Steps away. And then he's gone later on. He's just gone. Oh, Laurie. Poor Laurie. Scared another one away. Back to William. Sorry about that, William. So, okay. What's your favourite horror movie sequel? Bride of Frankenstein. Well, I guess it would be, if that's what you said to the previous question. What's your favourite horror movie remake? Invasion of the Body Snatchers. 1978. Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Good one to go with. I think that one's more generally regarded as an actual remake, isn't it? A lot of people nitpick on the thing. So, your favourite horror TV show now? The Outer Limits. Great, weird show from Joseph Stefano. He did Psycho. Yeah, I know. What's your favourite zombie movie? Hands down, the original Night of the Living Dead. The only time an audience creeped me out more than the film. The audience was all early... Just turning the page. Early teens and started counting out loud when the little girl started stabbing the mother. And to finish with a good question for Halloween, what has been your favourite Halloween costume? Probably this Island Earth mutant suit I made when I was 14. Wow. Thanks for that, Bill. And that was Bill. Bill. I've forgotten your surname, and I've lost it in the book. Oh, it was on the other page. William Malone, yeah, I remembered. It's because I've got some more. I've got some more Halloween alumni in this book, which we might look at. We've got Tom Irvin, who was special makeup effects on Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. Does he give long answers? No, they're quite brief. All right, we'll come back to that one. We'll have Tom Irvin and look at what his favourite scary movies are on this Halloween night. I might put a clap of thunder over that bit. Oh, I shouldn't say the script notes. Right, we're on to the next 10 questions. Right, so number 6 now. Before the title was changed to Halloween, what was the project called? Number 7. To date, which performer has starred in the most Halloween movies? Is it Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, or Danielle Harris? Now, I think this is probably, because this book's from 2017, isn't it? Yeah. I think it's changed. I think we'll come back to that. Number 8. What is the name of the evil novelty company featured in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? And number 9. Sing the song that Laurie Strode sings to herself as she walks along the sidewalk next to the Myers house whilst being secretly watched by Michael Myers in Halloween. Well, I've already spoiled that one. No, I did it at the beginning. Don't know if you could work out what I was singing now. We come on to number 10. No, number 10's not true or false. What's going on there? This is dreadful, isn't it, doing this podcast? I keep working out. I keep finding, errors. I have to do some major re-editing after this. So, yeah, sadly, it's not a true or false. Number 10, what exactly does Annie's dad say has been stolen from the hardware store in Halloween? I think I've got true or falses in the main Halloween quiz book, which oh, it's over here. It's over here. Thanks, Michael. We could have done the 31 questions from Halloween, couldn't we? And maybe we will. Maybe we will. I don't know. The Halloween franchise. Do I have any true or false? It seems a shame not to do a true or false. I suppose I could make one up on the spot, couldn't I? Should I? Should I do that? All right. No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not going to. Did I turn you down? I think I just still heard a ping. Oh, I turned the wrong thing down. Right, sorry. Sorry about the dreadful unprofessionalism, but it is Halloween. It is a night for unprofessionalism, isn't it? That's what they always say. I'm going to go on to the... we're going to look at some entries from the Horror Movie Manual, because there's a great one here, which is perfect for Halloween night, or Halloween time of year. It's the entry for Jack-o'-lantern. So a jack-o'-lantern is a hollowed-out pumpkin with a face carved into it and a light put inside. The name is thought to have come from the legend of Stingy Jack, who was an Irish drunkard, obviously, who tricked the devil and eventually was considered such an unsavoury character that God wouldn't allow him into heaven, and the devil, upset at being repeatedly tricked by Jack, wouldn't let him into hell either. But he gave him an ember from the fires of hell, which Jack put into a hollowed-out turnip to light his way. Stingy Jack is said to still roam the earth to this day. It might be a bit difficult to find him on Halloween night, though. Hilarious. Yeah, that's funny, that one, isn't it? It's a turnip. What? We should be using turnip, it's not pumpkins. The other one is, of course, Michael Myers, who's here in the book. Michael Myers, the central killer in the Halloween film franchise, named after Michael Myers from the British film distribution company Miracle Films, Halloween executive producer, and the man who conceived of... Oh, there's the answer to one of the questions. The concept for the film. That would later become Halloween. Irwin Yablans named the boogeyman after Myers out of gratitude for him suggesting he enter Assault on Precinct 13 into the London Film Festival, which in turn led to the successful UK distribution of the movie. In the Halloween movies, Michael Myers, or The Shape, began killing folk at the tender age of 6, probably because he's just purely and simply evil. Michael enjoys meeting new people to kill them, trick-or-treating, giving people the silent treatment, appearing in movies with the confused timeline, and spending time with his family to kill them. His favourite food is dog. There you go. It's from the horror movie. Whoops, I dropped that. Horror movie manual. There's probably more entries from Halloween in here, but we got more to go through. So I'll put that to one side for now and get back to the answers to those next questions. So the title change, yes, it was. I think we know that one, don't we? It started off as the Babysitter Murders. I think somebody's done the Babysitter Murders, haven't they now? Number 6, the title. Oh, I just read that one, you idiot. So to date, who's been in the most? So the answer in this is Donald Pleasance, because he starred in 5. Jamie Lee Curtis, both 4 each. Although at the time of writing, it has just been announced that Jamie Lee Curtis is set to appear in the next Halloween movie. So even though I kind of knew she was doing another one, it hadn't actually been made at that time. So I let it stay as Donald Pleasance. Let him have his little moment of glory in the book. Yeah, so I guess I'll have to change that now, because she will have done 6, 7, 8 by the end of the run. Unless she dies in Kills. Does she die in Kills? She probably won't, will she? Right. So the evil company in Season of the Witch. Boom, 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 to Halloween, Halloween. Silver Shamrock. 6 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Which I think is a very, very accurate rendition. And number 9, sing the song, we all know it now. I wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. It's very funny, isn't it? Because in the recent one, 2018 Halloween, there's actually somebody recorded the song properly. Don't know if I can find that. We could listen to a bit of it. I don't know if it got released as a standalone thing though. I think it's just in the background, isn't it, of one shot. Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. Sorry about the clicking. I try to click quietly, sort of. Oh, here we go. Oh, it is. Here we go. Let's listen to a snippet. Oh, it sounds very bubbly. Is this it? Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Oh, they've done a not as good a job as me, I think you'll agree. Right, yeah, I'm bored of that. I don't know when it kicks in. So now we're going to do some more facts for you now. For us from Ink Horror 2, Incredible Horror Movie Facts Part 2. We've got some about Part 2 as well in this, but we'll skip on to 1 again. It is often suggested that John Carpenter's Halloween took an inspiration from Black Christmas, though director Bob Clark claims he actually planted the idea in Carpenter's head more directly. Carpenter had been quizzing Clark if he had ever intended to make a sequel to Black Christmas, but he retorted that he had no interest in making another horror movie. Theoretically, he added that if he were to do a sequel, he would have the killer escape from an asylum and return to the college campus, calling the movie Halloween. According to the late Bob Clark, Carpenter hated this particular anecdote being recounted. Well, I'm very sorry, John. Sorry about that, Johnny. I've just recounted it and put it in a book. Number 2 fact. Robert Englund worked for a day on the movie, throwing around the leaves to make it look like autumn. So all those years ago, Freddy Krueger himself was hanging around in Haddonfield, stalking Michael Myers. Can you believe that, eh? I think Robert Englund. England. We used to say England when we were kids because it looks like it's spelt that way, Robert. Yeah, I think Robert Englund said it himself in an interview, so, he can't really... unless he made it up. Did you make it up, Robert? Robert? He's not here today with us, unfortunately. Halloween 2 facts now for you. Directed by Rick Rosenthal. In December 1982. Oh, it's a bit of true crime here for you. Because when I put this onto Podbean and all that, I put as one of my categories true crime, because we will be looking at some true crime, hopefully try to in each episode. I'm contractually obliged to now. Not really. In December 1982, a man named Richard Delmer Boyer stabbed an elderly couple to death in California, claiming that he had suffered from hallucinations brought on from viewing Halloween 2, whilst under the influence, though, of PCP, marijuana and alcohol. Maybe it was more the drugs, Mr. Boyer? The movie was screened for the jury, making legal history as it was the first time a commercial motion picture had been submitted as evidence in a murder trial. The defence brought in a psychopharmacologist, yes, apparently that's a real thing, who testified that Boyer had suffered a drug-induced flashback to Halloween 2. But the jury, they didn't buy it. We don't buy that. He was found guilty and sentenced to death. Regardless, the incident became known as the Halloween 2 murders. So there you go. There's me true crime quota. I will try to fill it in each episode. But don't get at me if you're expecting a full-on true crime show. Maybe I'll do that, though, one day. But not today. Not today. Not on Halloween. So there's our little bits of trivia that's done. Throw this one over here. Boom! Have we done all the things? No, we've not. We've not. We're going to look at some of the bad reviews. It's our Idiocracy horror time. And I actually did this as one of the ones I posted online recently, the Halloween one. But I'm going to find a new one for you. So I've gone to the 2-star review people, because they're just as bad, the 2-star reviews. They've only got a 1%, no, 10%, no, 20%. 20. Bloody mathematics. So help me the death of me! 20% positivity. That's the word I was looking for. Optimism as well. Yes. Possibly the greatest overhyped piece of junk, says Mr. Crowley, 81. That's not his age, that's his username. Maybe he is 81. I wouldn't put spoilers if there was anything to spoil, but there really isn't. Hell is a masterpiece, perhaps the greatest horror film that saw perception and years of fans feeling they have to like it, because it's part of history. Which it spawned. Oh, this isn't me reading it wrong. This is Mr. Crowley 81 using bizarre words. Which it is. How can you read that, Crowley 81? Which it spawned a lot, so I give it props for that. That's genuine. You can look that up. There is absolutely no story in the film, yes there is, other than Michael is evil. He shows up, kills teens on Halloween for no real reason. People build this film into this iconic status about how intricate Michael is and how deep he goes, and how because of that you don't need to know why, which is BS, I'm sorry, but if this movie has been made today, the exact same no one would have paid attention and everyone would have hated it because it has no story. It does have a story, Mr. Crowley 81, you bloody idiot. Another one says not great. This is very disappointing. The most overrated horror ever in capital letters. Okay, granted, I wasn't around when the film originally came out, but come on, even with the tiny budget it had, it could have been so much better. I think if I had watched, oh, come on, I'm leaving. I'm out of here, man. I think if I hadn't watched it knowing it is thought of as a classic horror movie, I would have thought below average. But when it is put up on a pedestal for all other horror movies to draw from, you wonder why. Bad lighting? He's made a list of 2 things. Great list. Dirt Joe, he's called. Bad lighting for about 3 murders. I actually had to rewind several times to make sure someone had died. Poor deaths. The scariest thing I saw was the bit where Michael Myers smashed the plant pot. One of the corpses blinked, for Christ's sake. That's not connected, is it? Was there a corpse behind the plant pot? I don't remember that. In all, completely overrated. I only saw it to see what all the fuss was about. But I still don't know. I'm not reading anymore. Apart from, look at that. Is it a comedy? Is this movie legit? I wasn't sure if I was watching a comedy movie because I didn't feel an iota of scare. Great language. While watching it, on contrary, I thought the masked man had asthma and was very slow in catching his prey, to the point of hilarity. On top of it, stupid people who don't know to shoo the doors behind them. I think it's W next to T. No, why have you got a W instead of a T? Shut the doors. It's nowhere near the T on a keyboard. He went right over to the W. I'm going to put shoo the doors instead of shut. It's just how I roll. Behind them, even at night, lol. It is a pure trash movie. Well, it's bang me. It's a very cramped space I'm in here. Bang me elbow on the TV set over here. Right. Oh, we've digressed too much. And we need to rush on now with the... What are you doing on Halloween, by the way, tonight? Are you listening to this on Halloween night? Is this your Halloween? I hope it is. Because, it's good. It's a good thing to listen to. Right, so we now slip on to the final 10. When Laurie goes through Tommy Doyle's comic books, which is not one of the titles, she lists Laser Man, Neutron Man, Alien Man, or Tarantula Man. Number 12, in the extended TV cut of the original Halloween, which word has Michael Myers scratched onto the back of his cell door at Smith's Grove Sanitarium? Number 13, which character, who is only mentioned in the first Halloween movie, is accidentally killed whilst dressed as Michael Myers in Halloween 2? I forgot I'm supposed to skip through the movie a little bit, aren't I? An RKO production there, Radio Pictures, The Thing, which of course was the movie that he went on to remake. Good one to watch on Halloween night, and also Night of the Living Dead. No, just Night of the Living Dead. That's the right recommendation for your Halloween night. So do as I say. Do you mean, come on, don't argue with me. Right. What? Did I read the full question? Accidentally killed whilst dressed as Michael Myers when a police car crashes into him. Number 14, which Halloween movie features the following tagline on the theatrical poster? Michael Myers lives, and this time they're ready. And number 15, which future Hollywood star appears as the grown-up Tommy Doyle in Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers? Number 16, which Halloween sequel am I describing? There's a hospital, a horse, a cow, a sheriff, and a book signing. Number 17, which of the Halloween movies had a producer's cut that existed for many years as a bootleg disc before officially released? Oops, things are sliding. Officially released in the Halloween Complete Collection Blu-ray box set. Number 18, before Laurie Strode falls to her death in Halloween Resurrection, what does she do and then say to Michael? And number 19, which following Halloween sequels was John Carpenter asked to direct but was turned down for when he asked for $10 million. I want $10 million, me, and then I'll do your movie. Number 20, along with director David Gordon Green, which popular comedic actor is co-writer of Halloween 2018. In the book here, it just says set for release in 2018, because it wasn't out yet. And there we go, there's the final 20. I did say I was going to look at some of the difficult ones from the Halloween quiz book, and maybe we shall. I guess it's the hardcore Halloween ones, isn't it? I'm not prepared for this at all. And they're really difficult. What is the name of the folks orchestra that John Carpenter credited performance of the music score to in the end credits of Halloween? Oh my, does anybody know that? Let's skip to the end. The answers to hardcore Halloween should be somewhere over here. Is the Bowling Green Philharmonic Orchestra. I think I'll just quickly read some of these out as more like facts, actually. Who plays the 6-year-old Michael Myers at the beginning of the original Halloween? Do you know? Do you know what might be fun? If I try and answer these, I'm going to say William Sandin. and I'd be right. Now, you may be wondering, well, you wrote it, you idiot. But, I've got this awful memory. And I'm sure I'll get some of them wrong, which will be hilarious. Who carved the pumpkin that is showing during... Who carved the pumpkin that is showing during the title sequence of the original Halloween? See, again, now I'm not sure. I'm going to say Deborah Hill. Oh, no, see? It was Tommy Lee Wallace. Tommy Lee Wallace did it. Told you I'd get some wrong. What, according to certain Halloween films' timelines, is Laurie Strode's birth name? Karen Myers, Cynthia Myers, Audrey Myers, or Edith? Pretty sure that's Audrey. Oh, Cynthia. Maybe I should stop doing these. My facade is crumbling. My horror facade. My mask fell off on the floor, broken into 1,000 pieces. And it's, of course, Angel Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween films, which, often get pooed on by people, don't they? So it was a bit unfair. A lot of people just attack Rob Zombie, and they shouldn't, but they do. I mean, Halloween 2, for example, my word, some people go nuts over destroying that one, don't they? Anyway, on the screen now, tiny bit of commentary here for you, is Loomis outside the... I like this bit. This is where he... So we have some volume. I think we're allowed snippets of volume, aren't we? Without getting into any trouble. What's my sound set on? Oh, good. We're on doubly. Doubly. I think it'd be better if it was done in doubly. Oh, I thought it was the bit... Oh, forget it. I thought it was his line that he does. Hey, Lonnie! When he tries to scare him. Because I like Donald Pleasance's little smirk there. I like the way he... There's like this... in that moment... This parallel between Pleasance and Myers, isn't there? Because he gets that little bit of a thrill from scaring people. You ever notice that? It's interesting, isn't it? Right, so the final 10 questions we shall do. No, we won't. I'm going to quickly bring back Tom Irvin. I said I would. I do have some more alumni in from the Halloween movies in here. But I'm going to go with Tom. Tom! What's your... And as like I said before, Tom did effects on Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Tom, what's your favourite scary movie? The original The Haunting. And your favourite horror movie director? John Carpenter. What's your favourite type, subgenre of horror movie? Italian Euroshock. Italian Euroshock? Yeah. Don't know what that is. What's your favourite bad horror movie? A Bucket of Blood. What would be your favourite horror but double feature driving choice? Oh, I'll go with Near Dark and Prince of Darkness. And who was your favourite horror movie killer? Oh, well, I've got to say Michael Myers, haven't I? Well, it's Halloween. No, he did actually say Michael Myers. What is your favourite horror movie creature monster? John Carpenter's The Thing. And your favourite horror movie franchise? A Nightmare on Elm Street. And your favourite horror movie sequel? Day of Dead. Somebody else said that, didn't they? Your favourite horror movie remake? John Carpenter's The Thing, of course. And your favourite horror TV show? Night Gallery. Night Gallery. That's 1969 to 1973, and I don't know it, sorry. Your favourite zombie movie? Dawn of the Dead. He's referring to the 1978 one there. And your favourite Halloween costume? Planet of the Apes. He went with the Planet of the Apes. Thanks, Tom. Off you tootle, Tom. So we'll have the answers now to those final 10 questions. And they are... Écoutez. When Laurie goes through the books... Oh, yeah, so Laser Man, Neutron Man, Alien Man, or Tarantula Man, which one was bogus? It was Alien Man. That's the bogus one. In the extended cut, what's written on the door there? It's sister. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, when they did the original Halloween film, there was none of this sister stuff. That kind of got... Why is the movie not moving? Oh. It was paused. They paused it. Got you, Ghost Bob. Is that the line that's coming up now? It's a great moment. Sorry, before I go on with those answers, I'm going to read you something that I wrote at the end of What's Your Favourite Scary Movie? Because it's very appropriate for this, because my own favourite has to be John Carpenter's Halloween. It has consistently scared me since childhood. It truly is a masterpiece of not just horror movie making, but of movie making in general. There's just something about the whole tone of the film that fills me with a deep sense of dread. It could possibly be attributed to the haunting and at times jarring music score. As a musician myself, I have discovered that Carpenter uses chord patterns that mimic those in Chopin's Funeral March. I have no idea if this was intentional or not, but perhaps on a subconscious level, it imbues the film with a consistent undercurrent of impending death. Or maybe the whole thing is just scary because of that creepy mask. Yeah, that's what I put as my favourite scary movie. Because it was, of course, the first horror film that I ever watched. As I've said before somewhere. I think in the first one of these, that I taped it off the telly and then watched it the next day and had the night. Yeah, I did do it, didn't I, in Slasher Movies episode. Yes, yeah. So it always haunted me, and it haunted me for years. This movie, to the point where I felt uncomfortable watching it. As an adult, I felt uncomfortable still watching it. It's still just like had this tone about it. It's just freaked me out, which I must say has passed. I can watch it now and just enjoy it as a movie and as a work of art. It's still got that creepiness about it. It still unnerves me, but I enjoy it more. I enjoy it more as a piece of entertainment rather than something that just scares me. So there we go. Yep. Back to the answers, because we're overrunning today. I don't know if there's a set time for this. Anything goes, my way, your way, anything goes tonight on Halloween night. Number 13, the character accidentally killed, of course, it's Ben Tramer. The tagline, Michael lives and this time they're ready, is, of course, Halloween, the curse of Michael Myers. But it's quite amusing, though, isn't it? Because even though the tagline is, and they're ready, they weren't ready. They weren't ready at all. They all got killed. So that was silly, wasn't it? The producers cut... No. I've jumped. The future Hollywood star, who's Tommy Doyle, of course, the very famous now Paul Rudd, who's listed in the credits as Paul Stephen Rudd. And The Curse of Michael Myers was one of his first ever feature film roles. So yeah, he was mooted at one point. Do you say mooted? Is it something you say too? He was mentioned in the early run-up to Halloween Kills as coming back to play Tommy Doyle again. Where is Halloween Kills? I'm trying to find it. I'll have to go through the director's name. David Gordon Green. I always thought it'd be cool, really did, if John Carpenter came back to do Halloween Ends. So wish he'd do that. I don't know if it's been shot. Did they do them back to back? No, they didn't do them back to back. It's still not been shot. But yeah, it's thingy, isn't it? Somebody quite famous who's Tommy Doyle. Where's his name in the list? Oh yeah, Anthony Michael Hall. I thought it was him. And yeah, of course, the original Lindsay Wallace, Kyle Richards is coming back, and thingy as well, isn't it? Lee Brackett, Charles Cyphers. Oh, the whole band's back together, and Nick Castle again popping up there. It's amazing, really, isn't it? This new Halloween Kills. What a great cast. It would have been cool if they got the original Tommy Doyle, but he's probably not very famous. You can hear me. I'm trying to be quiet with the clicking. Tommy Doyle, Brian Andrews. What are you up to, Brian? Oh, he looks a bit rough. He still does movies, though. And not very many, because he jumps from 1987, 3 O'Clock High, to 2014, Lazarus Apocalypse. He's got a horror film as a 2020 here, though. The Day of the Living Dead, which has zero anything on Internet Movie Database. Does that even come out? So yeah, you can. I'm sorry to slag him off there, but his photograph, I suppose he could have looked like that as the grown-up Tommy Doyle. Life could have been rough to him. No, don't mean to get at you there, Brian, because I'm sure Brian will be listening this Halloween, won't you, Brian? Brian? No, he just said no. So yeah. Halloween, am I describing the hospital horse, a cow sheriff, and a book signing of course, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which I think is terrific, particularly the director's cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I've described it in the past as the most audacious Halloween movie ever made, and it really is, isn't it? It's really out there as a Halloween sequel, and it is a great Halloween in terms of the day, just a great Halloween movie. It's great visuals and everything. So yeah, I do dig that one. The producer's cut. Which Halloween movie had the producer's cut? Yeah, Curse again, wasn't it? Curse. A lot of these are ended up being about the curse of Michael Myers Part 6. Laurie Strode, what does she say to Michael before her death? She says, "I'll see you in hell." Ooh. And that whole thing didn't happen though, did it? They erased all the Halloween films for the 2018 one. Oh, there we go. It's that great. It's the moment in we're watching now in the movie there with the head tilt, the famous head tilt. That I think, have they done that now in every single Halloween movie? Probably not Part 3. Part 3, it's good to see Part 3 gets a lot of love from people again these days. Some people still slag it off, but there'll always be those slaggers out there. And so, anyway, which of the Halloween sequels was John Carpenter asked who directed, of course, H20 years later. He wanted $10 million. And yeah, the comedic actor who co-wrote the new Halloween is Danny McBride. Good old Danny McBride. There's probably a lot more I could do, but that's where we're going to cut it off for today on this Halloween night. And should we have Lester back into the studio? Lester? Oh, Lester. Yeah, he just come in. Oh, hey there, Lester. Thank you for coming. Hey, come on now. Anyway, thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Huge Horror Movie Podcast. I've been Killian Gore and happy. Oh, that dog effects just stopped. Whoa! Ruined the end of the show. That's Halloween for you. Trick or treat, and it turned out to be a trick. Good night.